Good evening, I'm Access, and welcome to the brand new Big O Division 4 recap. Your home for matches, results, predictions, news, and everything in between for Division 4A and 4B this season. Celebrations reported throughout the Kislev Nation as Maxwell's Russian Roulette finds itself leading Division 4 after Week 1, with cries of its leaping home ringing throughout the streets. A bit premature in this reporter's mind, but who am I to doubt them? Leap on, young man, leap on. Let's see some Kislev win it this year. On to our next story, of course, in the big Amazon showdown, to the surprise of absolutely no one, ending in a bloody 2-2 draw. Everyone being a loser for having to watch that game, unfortunately. Seeing Zon's play, and unfortunately for both coaches, nearly getting the result they really after to start that season. We'll see how it affects their mental and physical well-being. The results of the round for Division 4A. First up, on back to that news report, it was a 2-0 or 2-1 win for the Russian Roulettes over the Pros. That's Kerr's Bullhawks there. A big day out for Dalikati, the Palm Blitzer, with 5 casualties for that piece. He's ripping through those elves. The dead, of course, including Hubris, who took the MVP in a selfish manner, along with Ollie the Owl. Previously a Mighty Blow Dodge catch with Armor 6, now unfortunately dead. We'll see how the Bullhawks have to bounce back after a tough defeat. It's such a nasty scoreline there. Just out-bullying is what you love to see. Touching on next, of course, is the bye week for the Vans Warpstone Tour. Potentially the last beneficiary of the bye week, with the much rumoured new team replacing it next week. We'll have to see how it goes. But the Amazon Hawks, of course, they're no good. Of course, the Amazon Mirrors previously mentioned a 2-2 draw, a costly 2-2 draw as well for both sides. We've both taken some nasty injuries, of course. For the Jungle Catch, you have Leopold, only a rookie, but Armbuster is a bit of a pain to deal with. As for the not as dodgy Dame, that's a name I have to say. You've got Parrot and her special. Got to read that again. Sorry, Parrot and her special. That's a Wrestle Lyman dead, straight out dead, along with Frostwind and the Joker. Blood's Catcher has taken dirty, oh not dirty, but he's diving tackle there to help round out the team defensively. Pretty good. We'll see how both these Zons will play against other teams that are not themselves. Try and see how obnoxious that Blodge can be. Next game around, of course, was a 1-0. Was taking it Elfin as Synergies, taking off the other dodgy Nonas. That's Shadekin, of course, in a pretty low scoring affair. I actually called the other way around. I thought the Darkers were going to bully him, but clearly not. Good game for the Wood Elves. No dead there, but it was a strength bust taken on Littlest Elfsation that was a blodge and defend Armbuster Lyman there. However, Elf Big Tender, the Moving 9 Catcher taking leap, and Elf Break Hotel, the AG5 Superstar one, not the lesser of two, of course, taking Fen to make it a bit more survivable. See how long that works for him. Should have gone sure feet, my dude. Of course, the last game around was a salty run back between Mork, Return to White, Wood Elves, and Sir Pickles Blockhampton. 2-2 draw after looking by all points. It's going to look like the Elves are going to run away with it, but a bad GFI let the Pretenders back in the game. Levels for Morkov include a Blood's Catcher, and that's a Gifnos, and Ifaroth, the Block Guard Lamin, going sides up both, with Pickles losing a Block Peasant straight dead. For B News, Ed Havoc and his Ogres have just continued their demolishing ways, just a scourge of these lower divisions. Nearly 2 Ks and just bullying poor Pancakes yet again. His humans cannot find the answer against these Ogres. Just a massive beatdown yet again. So who can stop the 2K Ogres? We'll have to see. Next story, of course, is it's a sad tale, unfortunately. It's Derby's 200, the humans. They've yet to find their form since Greenhorn and have started season 18 on a similar note. Just really sluggish. A lot of failed 3+s there, and just continues to struggle post Greenhorn from last season. Perhaps the rerolls on the cards. I mean, it's a little early to say where's he at, but where are these humans at? Speaking of game results, it was a previously mentioned game at the top of the 4B news. A 2-1 win for the App Ogres, not well limited against the Crimson Cutthroats. Again, just pure bullying power. With the Crimson Cutthroats Ogre being M&G for next week, clearly 6 Ogres are better than 1. Perhaps a Division 5 coach could probably take that to heart a bit more, but man, the Ogres starting so strong with the Havoc, potentially looking to be a force in the Stunted Cup yet again. Next game, of course, was the Nurgle at Sands, the Barbonic Blighters knocking off the 200. Another 2-1 grind there. Kind of had to work for it, but just a tough game for the humans with Kevin Ramage, the long-time MVP sponge, dying wrestler DP, of course, being replaced by Raider Dave with the MVP there, with Morris Buttermaker, of course, Derby's Lino Guardman has taken a moving bust, will be out this week, and a little bit slower in terms of Nurgle development. You've got the Blighter number 2, the Agi Block Rodder got Zeus into death with the Lightning Bolt. However, Aussie's aids, the rookie Pesto has taken a block to help out, supporting the team. You got a bike for Aussie's Chorfs with no development, of course, as it should be. So there you go. No bribes don't always pay off. Got a bike for the Soaring Rainbow Ponies as well. Again, double bikes and 4Bs. A little touch unfortunate. That's just how the numbers work. The last game of the round, it was a 0-0 draw between Control Cutthroats, and if that miracle is going to happen, Underworld versus Kislev. Beautiful game. Superstar, Goblins, London, Carrizo, M&G. So you're on my shit list. So no. You've got Hemlock was induced by the Kislev, so you're off my shit list now. But was Kaz with no stab. And Gandor, a rookie lineman who has not leveled his skill yet, so you're back on my shit list. So now having a look at the ladder at the end of the round as it stands, you have Maxwell leading the way, equal first with Ludicans and Synergy, both on +1 touchdown difference along their win. Bit of a log jam in the middle there with both Wood Elves. You've got Morker, you've got Pickles in there, and then bottom ladder you've got Shade and also Jordan and the Barwick, which will be replaced next week. Keep an eye out for that. 4B wise, you got Sam's and Nurgle up equal top with the Ogres, Aussie Viking and after the Latitude with their bye weeks. Savin Swift in the middle with a draw, and then a plethora with Derby, Pancakes, the losses, and the 2 admin concede teams. Time for week 2, and starting off there, we've got a cracking game. Pearls, the Bullhawks versus Vans, Warpzone 2 versus Ludicans. I'll be back on the Elves here. I think they'll be looking to bounce back after a real tough matchup against the Kislev. Speaking of which, the Kislev probably in a matchup they despise. I think the Jungle Cat Shadow Tricks looking to just bully down the Kislev despite being much cheaper than them. Synergy versus the new coach. We'll have to see how that goes. I will pick Synergy, but that coach could be absolutely anybody. You don't know what the team is yet, don't know what the coach is yet, so keep an eye out for that one. Should be a cracking game. Got Morko versus Tiny Timmy. Tiny Timmy's, of course, with the dodgy, the Nonna dodgy Dame. So there's so many dodgy Nonnas here. Amazons versus Wood Elves. God, I think I'm gonna pick the Zons. Honestly, I think the Zons just bully so hard, and Morko's still got half a team. It's a good team, but I just think Timmy's got the team to do it. And rounding out, of course, the Dodge Elves, it's Dark Elves this time versus Brats. So a bit more bashier Elves for Pickles as he runs a gauntlet. I think Pickles should probably bounce back here. He was unlucky not to win the last week despite Morko kind of like failing a critical GFI, but I'll take the more experienced coach. As for 4B, we've got the Cutthroat, the Crimson Cutthroat. There you go. So many Cutthroats in this division too. So many name double-ups. God. But it's the Crimson Cutthroats without Sans and Ogre versus the Barbonic Blighters who have got one block. I'm probably going to go with the Pancake here because I think all this dodge he's got is going to be a pain for Sam to deal with, who has still got no tackle and no real way to deal with it unless he rolls power like he did last week, I suppose. But I digress. I'm going to Pancakes. Buy it for the Ogres, of course. So they go to 2-0. Big Ogre time. 200. Dari actually gets a win. God damn, that's nice. We'll see how that goes, maybe. Serge is a good coach, even though he's wearing a bye team. It's Chorth versus Kislev. That should be Chorth. Aussie scares me. I don't know. Has a knack for losing winnable games, but I still pick the Chorth just to face roll. And it's the High Elves versus the Control Cutthroat Underworld. Yes, please. I'll be picking the Elves only because Sav is missing his 2-star players. If he had those players, I'll pick him every day of the week. And that's our show for this evening. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you post them in and get those games played and best of luck. Make sure you roll those hot dice and just don't be shit. Thank you to our sponsors and Hub Production and the SBS for keeping letting me know that we have Signs of Life from Bruce Oakman. See you next time, same time next week. Roll better dice.